Welcome back to the channel, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again. We've got another beautiful plant to show to you again today.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about the Hylotelephium Lime Zinger, which is closely related to the Hylotelephium cherry tart.
Yeah.
So very beautiful colours on that one, but today we'll be focusing in on the Lime Zinger.
So these are both sedums, and sedums are also called stone crop because they will grow almost anywhere. So fantastic for all range of gardens. They come out of North America, Europe and Asia. And yeah, Jared's just going to talk to you about the beautiful plant.
Yeah, so first thing which will really catch your eyes when you look at this plant is the leaves. Very kind of beautiful little intricate leaves where they'll start off at about kind of a thumbnail size for the leaves. But as they move down to the base, they get a little bit larger and a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you'll also notice there's a little bit of red tingeing on them. So we'll put a little photo of that up here. And yeah, apart from that, what you can also expect with this is the flowering. So for them, you'll expect that in late summer, you'll tend to get light pink flowers in clusters. Quite beautiful en masse.
Yeah.
Apart from that as well, you'll expect them to get to about 6 inches high, about 15 centimetres tall, and about 18 inches wide.
45
centimetres wide. Yeah.
Yeah, another beautiful mounding sort of shape for a succulent. So we've got ours potted, so we can put it in whatever location we want to. You could put them in full sun, depending on where you are. In Australia we don't because it gets a little bit too hot. So we protect all of our succulents from the afternoon sun if we can.
Even just a little bit of shade.
Yeah,
always help.
A little bit of shade, doesn't matter, it just can't have full sun all day. We've put the potting mix is actually half full of sand, so it's very well draining. It's critical with these plants. They will survive without a well draining soil, but they won't thrive. So definitely give you the best case scenario. So make sure you put well draining mix in your pot. And also a hole in the bottom as well is crucial. So you want that water to be able to drain out. Otherwise problems can occur, and Jad will talk about those later. So these guys also are great for us because they tolerate very low temperatures. So down like lower than minus 30 degrees Celsius. We don't get quite that cold, nowhere near that cold, but we do get frost here, it does get quite cold. And
so very useful to have that. Yeah.
These plants are great, they will tolerate frost. A lot of sedums do, and yeah, it's another reason that we love sedum as a plant. So they just need to have bright light if you got them inside, so you could have them on a windowsill if you wanted to, because they look beautiful indoors as well as outdoors. And yeah, they're very heat and drought tolerant as well, so yeah, very easygoing plants to take care of that will tolerate a wide temperature range, so, and different conditions.
Yeah, so as Gareth touched on before, if you do have richer soils or too much shade for this plant, it doesn't tend to do as well. So in regards to that, what you would normally see, and a good indicator that you might need to change its position, is basically the leaves and also how the plant's forming. So if it's looking a little bit weak and floppy with how it's positioning itself, that would be an indication that either A, the soil is a little bit too rich, or B, that basically it's getting a little bit too much shade.
Yeah.
Apart from that, main pests you need to worry about with this plant is snails, slugs. You can also have problems with scale.
Yeah.
And similar to a lot of other succulents, rotting, so root rot. So try not to overwater them and make sure that the soil's well draining enough that it doesn't sit too much in moisture.
Yeah.
Apart from that, if you wanted to thicken these out and make them a little bit bigger and a little bit bushier, you could do a little bit of pinching. So in terms of when we talk about pinching, what you want to do is basically find a couple of leaf nodes. So we'll pop a little picture of that up here again. And what you're going to do is effectively, like Gareth just did to me, pinch, and then you're going to take that section of the plant off. You could also do it with secateurs, but doing that at those points where there's a little bit of a leaf node coming out will give you a thicker, bushier plant, and also healthier.
Sideways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll encourage that growth out wide. So yeah, whilst you're pinching, you could definitely use that as a propagation technique as well. So really from the tip, that's generally where you would do the pinching. You can also do it through a stem, which would be a bit of a bigger plant. You could do it through a leaf, which would be much smaller and take longer to grow, or you could do it through seed once it's flowered. So lots of ways to do it. Critical with the first 3 ways is that you let whatever it is callus. That'll take about a week, so it'll just heal up. So won't get any liquid coming out of it. And then you wait about another month, and you will have some roots. The other little tip that we've got for you, I'm not sure if we've got one on here. Hard to see. Yeah, can't see it. Sometimes some of the stems actually have a root already. So this would be the best way that we find to actually propagate these plants. There'll be a root halfway down the stem, and then you've already got a plant. So cut it off below the root. Let it callus again though, because you have cut it, but you've already got a root to go into the soil then within about a week. So don't have to wait that full month, which is fantastic.
Yeah, they'll just generally take a lot better. Because they're just a little bit more established.
Much more likely, yeah. The bigger the plant, or if it's already got a root, the much more likely it is to do well. So, any other amazing things with this plant or trivia?
More of a fun fact. So just in terms of these guys, because it is a sedum, with the word sedum, it's originally came about because of the Latin word sedio, which stands for basically to sit, which these guys, when they talk about sedum, they can sit on a rock and take from that position. So that's
makes sense why they've called them sedums. Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for joining us again today.
Throw us a like, guys. Throw us a subscribe.
Yeah, thanks
as
for the
always.
support.
We really appreciate any support we get, and hope you have a wonderful week. And we'll see you again next time.
See you soon.